Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. So today we are covering the part 2 lecture of my video series. In this video we will try to understand the concept used for generating a flexibility matrix in very quick time. So let's start. So guys, these are the some important standard cases which you have to memorize before starting a flexibility method. As these standard cases helps in generating your matrix very fast as compared to traditional procedures. There are almost 18 standard cases. I have covered the most important cases which cover up your 90 to 95% of your questions. So let's start a numerical. So question says that develop a flexibility matrix for a given figure. The figure has three number of coordinates, that is in horizontal direction, second is in your vertical direction, and third is your couple which is also in vertical direction. So let's start. Since there are total 3 number of coordinates, therefore matrix will be 3 by 3. Therefore flexibility matrix for these coordinates will be matrix of 9 elements. So as I have taught you earlier, whenever we have to start from the first column. Therefore to generate first column of the flexibility matrix, apply unit load at coordinate 1 only. And measure the deflection in other coordinates. Therefore, flexibility at 1 when unit load is applied at 1. Therefore, if we will apply unit load at one direction, it will deflect in the direction of force only. Therefore, for this case, we know deflection is equals to PL upon AE. So, PL upon AE, where P is 1, therefore L upon AE. Now flexibility at 2 due to 1, flexibility at 2 due to unit load applied at 1. So if you have applied unit load at 1, is there any deflection at vertical axis? As we can see that this force is deforming the bar in the same direction, that is horizontal direction. There is no deformation in vertical direction, that is either in this direction or either in this direction. So coordinate 2 is in upside direction, upside vertical direction. So this force does not promotes deflection in vertical axis. Therefore, flexibility at 2 when unit load applied at 1 will be equals to 0. Now flexibility at 3 due to 1. In this case also, this horizontal coordinate when unit load is applied will not promote any deformation in vertical direction. Therefore, it will be equals to 0. Now to generate second column of the matrix, you have to apply unit load at coordinate 2 only and measure the deflection in other coordinates. So for flexibility at 1, when unit load is applied at 2. So in this case, if unit load is applied at 2, the beam will deflect in this way, that is in vertical direction. There will be no deflection in horizontal direction. Therefore, flexibility at 1 when unit load applied at 2 will be 0. Now for generating flexibility at 2 when unit load applied at 2. Since we know this standard case, that is when a cantilever is subjected to point load at its ends, then deflection is equals to PL cube by 3EI. Therefore, it will be L cube by 3EI. Its sign will be positive since deformation is occurring in the direction of force. So, if we consider this direction, the beam will deflect upside, that is in the direction of coordinate 2 only. Therefore, its sign will be positive. Now, flexibility at 3 when unit load is applied at coordinate 2. For this standard case, theta is PL square upon 2EI. So now you have to find flexibility at 3 when unit load is applied at 2. So there is a note. So for the couple, we will take deformation as slope, that is theta, of the coordinate at which unit force or moment was applied. Therefore, flexibility at 3, that is for this coordinate, we have to take theta, that is slope of coordinate 2 at which we have applied unit force. So theta for this coordinate will be PL square upon 2EI. Therefore, it will be equals to L square upon 2EI. Now we have to check for its sign. As you can see that deflection will occur in the direction of force, whereas coordinate 3 will deflect downside. Therefore, deflection is occurring just opposite to the direction of unit load applied. Therefore, we will take minus sign. I will repeat it again. Since deformation occurs opposite to the direction of force applied, that's why we are taking as sign minus here. So let's go to generate the third column of the flexibility matrix. So to generate the third column of the flexibility matrix, apply unit load at coordinate 3 only and measure the deflection in all other coordinates. So flexibility at 1 when unit moment is applied at 3. Since couple sign is there, therefore we have to apply unit moment. Therefore flexibility at 1 when unit moment is applied at 3 will be equals to 0. Since this unit moment will deflect the beam downward direction, not in horizontal direction. Therefore, F13 will be equals to 0. Now, flexibility at 2 when unit moment is applied at 3. So, for this case, we should apply this note. That is, for the point load, we will take deformation as deflection delta of the coordinate at which unit force or moment was applied. Therefore, for this coordinate, the standard case will be theta at B will be equals to ml by EI, and deflection at B this due to this moment will be equals to ml square by 2EI. So, to find out flexibility at coordinate 2 when unit moment is applied at 3, we will take, for this coordinate, we will take this deflection. That will be equals to L square upon 2EI. Now we have to check for the sign, as this coordinate will deform the beam downward direction, but coordinate 2 will deflect the beam in upward direction. Therefore, coordinate 2 is deflecting the beam opposite to the deflection caused by coordinate 3. Therefore, it will be minus sign. Now, flexibility at 3 when unit moment is applied at 3. So, for this case, since couple is applied, we will take slope, which will be equals to L upon EI. Now, since this moment is downward, it will deflect the beam downward direction. That's why it will be positive. Therefore, final matrix will be equal to these 9 elements. So let's now check these elements by its properties. So we can see that these diagonals are always positive and matrix is always symmetrical to its diagonals. You can see that these elements are symmetrical. Thus we can say that this is your final matrix. So friend, this is the end of this video. I hope this video may help you building your concept and may clear your doubts. So friends, if you like this video, please subscribe, share and like. Thank you.